All right, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Here to talk about week 2 of The Bachelor with our guy Joey. So let's just dive right into it. Another good episode to open the season. We open up with Joey and Jesse playing tennis, having a chat. Joey's giving him some pointers on tennis, and Jesse's giving Joey some pointers on love. Ladies move into the mansion, and Jesse comes to visit. Sisters Allison and Lauren, during this conversation with Jesse, say that they've dated the same guy before. As Jesse says, sharing is caring. The first date card is the classic wedding dress date that we usually have pretty much every season here on The Bachelor. Ladies get to pick out their wedding dress, so they all bulldoze into the other room. A rack literally fell over on a girl. I believe it was Rachel. It was hard to tell at the bottom of the pile. Um, in the limos on the way to the actual date, Lauren reveals that obviously it's hers, and Allison's dad had recently passed, and how she thought that this date was going to be emotional for her. Um, on the date, what seems like the evident quote unquote villain of the beginning part of the season, Taylor, who we saw last week, she has a quote going to commercial. We saw night one. I got claws under here, as she's, doing one of these things. So here's your beginning of the season villain. As we say, obviously, all this is mainly production based and production driven. Um, the date is they're having a wedding reception, which we could tell from the trailer. Joey is just like one of us and just dancing, one of us guys dancing awkwardly with no movement. He said, I just try to get the hips moving and have a good time, which I'm right there with you, buddy. Basically, the premise of the date is you're competing for who gets the first dance with Joey at the end of it. Start out with bridal musical chairs, and this was the great clip from the trailer for the season and the trailer for this week. Evelyn jumps over the table to try to get the seat next to Joey, but Lauren was already sitting in it. Maria had the other seat next to Joey. And we start having some, I think Jesse described it as work the room, as you do at a wedding. I like Erica's vibe. Liked her night one as well. She came in. She was a dancer. I felt like I liked her vibe with Joey. Then we cut to Lauren. Lauren is struggling. Maria consoles her because she kind of brought up about her dad. Um, Maria brought up about her dad in the limo, and that's what kind of sparked these feelings for Lauren and got her thinking about it. The audience does the classic clink clink with Joey and Jess, and they kissed. And obviously, this was some of the drama from night one, as she said she had a little smoochy poo and caused the night one drama. Then we get a quote from Taylor, the little Southern girl bit, as we're kind of going to commercial there. Um, yeah, interesting. Then it seemed like they only showed Rachel's, but it seemed like they were maybe making some toast. Rachel had a funny and thoughtful toast that Joey really liked. One of the funnier lines was, "I didn't know all of your exes would be here at our wedding." I thought that was a good one. Rachel does get the first dance. Michael Bolton shows up to perform too. And then to make everyone even more comfortable, don't let Taylor see this, but they have a nice little long smoochy poo in front of everyone. Um, Referencing back to night one there. Lauren didn't get any time during this portion of the date, so she's hoping to obviously get some time in the later portion. Joey's still really vibing with Maria. Says he's really attracted to her, wants to get to know her better, more about her. While they're chatting, Maria wants to go change into something more comfortable. Don't know if it's more comfortable, and she said she wasn't trying to seduce him, but don't know about that. All right, now. Girls are a little weary of Maria's choice. They say she's doing some things that maybe we wouldn't necessarily do, so we'll put a pin in that for later in the episode. She shares a nice moment with him as well at the after party, and Joey thanks her, says that she was the first one to come in and check in on him today, I believe at the earlier portion of the date. Just struggling because she said after they kissed, she had heard people, maybe talking and obviously probably referencing back to night one drama. And she said she was just in a funk overall and called back to a previous relationship that was maybe causing some of these feelings of being upset, where she had experienced infidelity. Daisy gets the one-on-one as we go back to the mansion, gets the first one-on-one of the season. Then back to the group date portion, Lauren opens up to Joey about her struggles on the date today. Joey was happy. She opened up, consoled her, and thought they kind of had a nice moment there on what was ended up being a tough date for Lauren. Just gets to the group date rose. Then cutting forward to the one-on-one, Daisy plans to tell Joey about her cochlear implant today. Then they enjoy a nice helicopter ride to a festival, kind of a music festival, maybe looked like a little bit, or at least had music involved there. Fantastic vibes between these two. Absolutely love it. She doesn't want to tell him during this part of the date, though. Which I agree from the outsider part doesn't seem right. Probably save that for later portion. They go to see Bahamas perform. I don't know if I'm just that out of it, but I haven't heard of it. But seemed like good music. They were vibing, dancing on stage, and had a nice moment there as well. At dinner, she opens up about she slowly started losing her hearing, and about her cochlear implant from her Lyme disease. And after all this, and after the night portion, she obviously gets the rose. They're vibing really well. Just on the show now, it's just got to be Daisy, right? We jump forward to the next group date, bring in Demi and Jubilee. Bachelor Boot Camp. We are Demi fans over here. No hate for Demi. Bachelor Boot Camp. They're competing for extra time tonight. Basically, kind of like Capture the Flag is the type of game they're playing, but it's really Capture the Heart. Except you throw paint at them, trying to stop them as they're trying to go and get that heart. Edwina's killing it out there. She got the first heart. She was moving it. Chrissy comes back to tie it up 1-1. Kelsey A wins it for the blue team, gets that last point. So the blue team supposedly gets extra time at the night portion of the date. But then Demi and Jubilee reveal that only one person from the winning team is going to be getting extra time tonight. Back at the mansion, they all get all dressed up and nice, and they find out that the date card comes and it's just Edwina that's going to get the extra time, which rightfully so. She put herself out there and she, really dove into the activity of the group date, and that's usually what the leads are looking for. That's what Joey was looking for here. She opens up about why she struggles opening up and being vulnerable from growing up and some of the stuff from her childhood and maybe the expectations upon her to be a good example. She's emotional, up about this, and they share a nice moment, a nice inside look into her life for Joey to connect with. Back in the mansion, Medina opens up about how she felt pressure being the oldest here. Maria, who's 2 years younger than her, says she doesn't agree with that and that she shouldn't feel bad. They're 31 and 29. Medina's 31, Maria's 29. But she's saying this behind her back, and then people overhear her because she is talking kind of loud outside. And now here comes some of the Maria drama we saw in the trailer. Sydney says that she's going to tell Joey about Maria and how she was acting like this. So I don't know. Here we go. Closing up the one-on-one date, Edwina did get the rose from there. Then back to the next day of the rose ceremony. Taylor tells Maria Medea was upset about her hearing. She's old too and felt that it was in a disrespectful way. In my opinion, I have here on my notes, guys, 29 and 31 is not old. Like, ladies, come on, please. Sydney is the one who told Medina she plans on getting Joey involved, as we just mentioned. Just buckle up, everyone. Lexi is hilarious. Said she was art major or art something major in college. She has an hilarious painting bit with Joey has him pose. And it seems like Joey says that he feels one of the most comfortable with her. And they joke well together. Good vibes there. Good vibes with Kelly A as well. Picked that up from night one as well. Joey's having a good night so far. So naturally, here comes the drama. Maria and Medina end up having a brief chat outside as she looks like she's setting up for a conversation with Joey. Chat doesn't go anywhere, which they usually don't. Maria goes inside, addresses the room, finds out that Sydney is the one that had said something to Medina. Listen, feelings are feelings, but this just seems like a small thing, which most of these spats are. They kind of somewhat squash it, and Maria just says, hey, Medina is a beautiful woman. Her being 31 isn't a disadvantage of her being here. If anything, it's an advantage to Joey that Joey would see, and Joey would never be like, oh, you're 31. Like, I would like. So I thought Maria spoke that very well, and they, quote unquote, make up a little bit, do a little cheers. But we see in, a confessional that Sydney's still a little animosity there. So keep an eye on that if, both parties advance to next week. Then Evelyn, nice moment with Evelyn here, gives him a custom-made jacket. Really cool. I kind of want one myself. Had a here for the right reasons, little hashtag on there, some tennis stuff. Looked awesome. Great moment there. Then Lauren, sister Lauren, big sister Lauren, thinking about leaving because she's frustrated with not getting any time. and being in a bad mood now because she waited so long to try to get this time with Joey. Joey comes and talks to her. She seems like she's got her mindset. She's just in a bad mood, doesn't even really want to talk to him. But she does end up sitting down, having a little chat with him. Then she was trying to recreate like the date, the group date from the other day, and having a cake come out, and getting that time back. Then the cake does come out. The producer brings it right out. She's like, "Oh yes, it's gonna be red velvet. Let's just cut into it, so at least when I leave, I'm not in a bad mood." Cuts into it. It's not red velvet, and this is just a whole dumpster fire. She ends up saying bye to Joey, grabs a bite of the cake with her hand, throws it on the ground, and uh, don't really see her leaving. Doesn't say bye to her sister. I don't know if it just didn't make the episode, but assuming she did that. But so big sis Lauren is out. It's just little sis Allison left in the fold here. Then handing out the roses, keep the drama up. Sydney gets the final rose of the night. Surprises that went home. I guess maybe not surprises. Not that I thought they would go far. Well, Erica is one of the ones that goes home. I really liked her. Was hoping she would go far. And then I was surprised about it just because she was causing a lot of this drama earlier, involved in a lot of it. Taylor goes home. 2 of the 6 that went home tonight. Preview for next week, Golden Bachelor ladies coming on, so that'll be a great time. Looking forward to that. That'll be exciting. Then it looks like more Maria and Sydney drama, so it looks like maybe Taylor was kind of the diversion. Like, oh, this is going to be the drama of the beginning of the season, but it's really Maria and Sydney. We'll see. It looks like Maria and Joey have a little spat. It looks like the classic like barbecue, at the mansion, group date maybe, or maybe hang out before a rose ceremony or something, where they have a little chat, or maybe it's just before a date. Who knows? But it looks like they have a little chat, walking away from each other, kind of frustrated. I'd be shocked if she goes home. It looks like they have a really good connection. So I still believe she'll go far. But I'd be interested to see. But anyway, y'all, another good episode tonight. Looking forward to next week, and we'll talk to y'all then. Peace out.